You think people are really gonna watch this?
They ain't got nothing else to do.
Right?
Word.
I ain't going on social media talking shit about TDS radio. I know that much.
My man, Coach Block.
What's up, cuz? How we living?
You're rocking with TDS Radio.
Get it, Kim. All right. She got a vision, and she want us to execute this vision.
Ooh, man. That's what TDS is about today.
Ken and Kim are the two dopest siblings that I know.
All right, man. You ready?
Am I ready? Are they ready?
Nigga.
What's up? It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio, and I am here with...
Your girl so fab. Hey, y'all.
So, today is Wednesday, Healing Wednesday, so I hope everybody is ready to get their heel on. So, how was your day today?
You know, it wasn't too bad. I'm not going to complain. There's no reason to complain. So, yeah. Well, and we're starting things off on a positive note because we have our praise report, right?
Yeah, I mean that this is to get it out before the praise report. So how was your day?
It's a day, you know. It's a day. It's a day. I'm just ready for the weekend.
I am too. I'm ready to be done with people's kids and get our spring break, because you got to reload and recharge, and yeah, that's about it. But it'll be all right.
It will be.
Yeah.
It will be. I'm ready to laugh.
Yeah.
You know, I'm ready for Saturday. I'm ready for good laughs. I'm ready for community, because it's a lot. And even Danielle was asking yesterday about, like, oh, you guys gonna cover any political news? I'm tired, y'all. Like, every time I turn around, it's something. So I try not to cover a lot of that, because we hear about it all day and on social media and through conversation and at work. So I don't want to bring that here. Let's laugh, you know, let's learn.
I mean, when it's necessary.
Yeah,
right
well,
now,
yeah.
I don't think is it necessary yet, but hey, not right now. It's a lot going on.
A lot.
That we're trying to use this space to heal.
Mm-hmm.
Informative things I think we need to talk about. But a lot of this stuff right now that's going on is not really informative. It's more so dread.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, man, y'all know what it is. Y'all see what we experience. And the biggest issues that we've talked about on here in nauseum prior to the president being who he is now, or Trump being the president
Mm-hmm.
and who he is now, we were one of the places that were saying, like, pay attention to what's about to happen. So,
and we'll actually talk about that a little bit.
yeah, I
later.
was going to say that. So we're going to get into the I told you so's, because yeah, that's a thing. But before we get into that, we got to do our. Yesterday, I realized that when I told you to turn me up, it was way too loud. You couldn't hear me.
Yeah.
But hey, I wanted to be in the moment, because it is our.
Oh, wait, are you ready for the music?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It is our. Time for our praise report. So, yeah, you can go ahead and turn me down, because yesterday we went a little too ham. So, for our praise report, and what is it that we are thankful for and happy for?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's in a time like this, we need to reflect. And what are you happy for? What are some of the things that you can actually get on your knees and say thank you for? And we're not going to try to be overly preachy, because, there are things that we are able to say thankful for, just for the fact that we're able to breathe, the fact that we're able to communicate, the fact that we're in our right mind, the fact that we're able to consciously make decisions for ourselves and take care of ourselves, when there's other people who rely on the goodness of others to take care of them. So we're able to do that. We're not, out here lost, because there's a lot of people that are not where we're at.
Right.
Because leaving Missy Lane's after
Here we go.
After the Groove Me, I had drove down the street and happened to look right in between the church and that thing that's on the corner.
Mm-hmm.
There was real life New Jack City barrel burning right there. They had called the actual fire department. You can hear them coming. Because when you look right, you just seen.
Oh, that's sad.
And all I thought was, in a New Jack City. Oh, yeah. Then the light went green. I went home. So that's a part of my praise report. Because I am not usually, I'm not fearful of us at all. I'm not. But when I looked down that alleyway, definitely was like, I don't think I should ever go down there.
Keep it positive. Keep it positive.
No, and I'm saying that's somebody's living.
Yeah, that's the reality.
So here I go in a studio with heat, water, light, gas. We got everything we need, even though gas down here, that's a Pittsburgh thing. We say gas because that's where the heat comes from. But we have that. So if you have that as a base, you woke up a lot further ahead than a lot of others.
Yeah. Because
some people didn't even do that. They didn't wake up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be thankful. And that's where our praise report for me is kind of like, that's where I'm at.
And of course, we want to hear from you guys. Tell us, because yesterday Jazz was saying that she is doing some developments with her home. She's now a homeowner. She's getting ready to where she can move in. And then Amaya, I believe it was, said that she is
first to graduate.
Yeah, she's the first to graduate from college in her family. So put in the comments, what are you grateful for today? What's your praise report? And let us actually celebrate with you because everybody needs it. I don't care how.
Still playing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't have my headphones on.
I don't care how minuscule it is, even if it's just I woke up today. Let us go ahead and celebrate with you. And one thing that I'm going to say for my praise report is I'm officially back in therapy. Yay!
Word.
Had my first session today with a therapist that looks like me, so I'm excited. What? What?
You got money for that?
Once a month. I was supposed to say. She was like, "How often?" I said, "Girl, once a month."
Yeah. You got money for that? This is why the praise report is created. Let's go ahead and get it out here. Because
facts. I was like, "How much is my copay?" Girl, once a month. I'll check in with you monthly because until we can get some of these bills down.
This economy, you better get Christ.
And community, because I will say that I am super, super thankful for my community. And I mean, the other praise report is just like, I have some really dope friends that look out. And one of my friends did something really dope for me. And I don't know how I'm going to repay her, but, I appreciate it. Community is key.
Well, that's good for you. That is so untrue. And the reason why I'm saying that's so untrue is because I have some solid friends and I am growing a bigger community with a lot of the men in the church, which, I didn't feel like that would ever be a thing for me. But I think this is dope because they're actually younger guys.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Yeah, which, it gives me
your age or younger.
So like right around my age and then younger.
Oh, dope.
And then the older guys look at me as one of the guys that they want to lean on and give information to and kind of, help with carrying the torch and get things going for them. So, for me to be ungrateful for anything would be crazy work. So I promise you, it's just, there's so much to be happy about. And that's what I need from day to day. And I'm sure others need day to day to make sure that you're able to push through when we don't necessarily specifically see tangible things that make us feel like we should be grateful, because consistently imagery and news is telling us that it's almost over. But then it's like, there's still a lot of good and there's still a lot of good people. So the fact that we know some, and the other praise report is the fact that people are supporting TDS Radio with the comedy show. Hey, man, you don't have to. And the fact that you are, thank you.
Wait, that's a really important comment right here. I'm considering choosing salvation, choosing Christianity.
Hey,
that's dope. Yes.
Now, we can't put your comment on
Instagram. We can't put it on StreamYard.
Yeah, that's it. Because I couldn't figure out which way I wanted to go. But I feel like we need to sign in.
Read them.
I feel like we need to sign in and screenshot that.
Yeah,
because that's a big deal.
That is huge. Congratulations.
And if you are in North Carolina, and if you're in the Raleigh area, I will put up my church. Who actually, that's our choir in the background. Give them a little volume. Okay, that's enough. Cool. That's actually our church in the background. And the reason why, I'm gonna tell you something. And I don't want to be competitive, and I don't want to look like I'm trying to provoke a fight or an argument. But you know, there's a lot of male pastors that are, and males in church in general, that believe a woman should not be the leader of the church. Just antiquated thinking. I will tell you,
which was shown in this carnal.
Yeah, which I will tell you that, you know, while everybody has their flaws, and I'm sure she has some, you know, who knows? And she openly admits it, you know, because she talks about her insecurities of being a single mom, leading a church. I mean, she's now married. She found her husband here in North Carolina, but she's from New York. And,
I said house. That's for good.
Oh, okay. So, the church is rocking and is flourishing. She has made sure that the men know their rightful place inside the church, knowing that, you know, the men are the head, even though she's running the church, that she still believes in hierarchy and order. So it's not like you go there and everything is all woman, 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 woman. But it's a space that once you walk into the sanctuary, you can actually feel the presence. Where a lot of people say that, and it's like, I actually went to her church first, and then I came back to it because it sat with me enough to be like, you know what, you should go back. Because I was visiting other churches around, and I'm like, But this is a church that I can honestly admit, she is working with people in there to work with people out of there. She don't want everybody to just be inside the church doing the work.
Yeah.
She wants people to be outside of the church and actually engaging, to where we actually have had our church in the middle of downtown. So, you know, if that's something that you are thinking about and you are in the Raleigh area and you don't mind traveling, it's called Wake Chapel Church on Tar Hill Road. Come check us out. It's definitely something that I think, you know, you will get an enjoyment of. So that's a great praise report, and that's a great place to go into our next phase, which is birthdays. Let's go into birthdays. I don't know how many birthdays I have. Birthdays. Where's my birthdays? Sorry, I'm not where I need to be, guys.
Switch up music.
Oh. I'm sorry, guys. My birthday situation here is not working properly. Let's see if I can get it on my laptop.
I was going to add two.
You can start while I'm looking.
One is Ken Seifert. I actually met him randomly when Annie and I were in Mexico, and he was on one of the excursions we were on, and his partner, and we just had a conversation and ended up hanging out the entire time throughout the whole entire ordeal, and ended up being, you know, Facebook friends. So that was cool. And then our Aunt Mary, it is her birthday as well. So happy birthday to the two of you. Yay. No birthdays?
I'm getting there. Whenever this would like to load. It's to be expected. Like,
you guys have any birthdays? Let us know. Someone that you want to celebrate? Go ahead. And of course, just because we're moving on from the praise report segment doesn't mean that you have to stop. Go ahead, drop it in the comments at any moment.
If there's something that you feel like we need to praise, then let's do it. All right. So, Miss Dub, one of the teachers that's at Corneth Holders High School, today is her birthday. Haley Worsbicky. That's how you say it, but she just says call her Miss Dub because her first letter of her last name is Miss W. We have Ronnie Jeter, happy birthday. Bria K. James Hall, happy birthday. James Lambreth, happy birthday. Tamara Butler, went to high school with her, happy birthday. Tamika Glenn, happy birthday. And we already said happy birthday to our aunt. So let's go ahead and go into the birthday song. Ooh, wait a minute. And as the saying goes, continue to live your life in a way. Wow. Continue to live your life in a way that makes every day worth celebrating from Sibs. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
All right. So we have a what the F or not?
No, what the F is coming up later. We have
Okay.
entertainment news. Or we can also go ahead and let people know while we're counting down the days for our top secret comedy stand-up. There we go. That's happening this Saturday. You guys, things are getting tight. So if you want your tickets, you might want to get them now. And I know people typically say that just because they want to try to push. No, we're dead serious. Like, yeah.
I don't
getting tight.
see that there's going to be any tickets by Saturday.
No.
I don't see that happening.
I'm probably guessing not even by Friday. Like, it's getting pretty tight.
Friday afternoon, I'm voting will be done.
Yeah. So if you haven't gotten your tickets by now, I don't know what you're waiting for, but go ahead and get your tickets. There's two options available. If you go to our TDS Instagram and click the link, it is the top option there. Or if you go to tdsradio.com, click events, and then the see more tab, you'll see the link there and you'll be able to purchase. So like I said, you want to move fast because time is running out. Ooh.
What happened to the video?
What? Huh?
What happened to the video?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, before we get into
you had it downloaded, so it wasn't officially one of those.
Before we get into the entertainment news, and we're going to have a rant of the day.
How much time do you need?
Not very long. Here's my rant. We are in a situation with these young boys that they don't understand how to carry themselves emotionally. My rant is, where are they getting it from? I don't blame one side over the other, meaning when you talk about young boys who are influenced by moms and then young boys who don't have dads and all that stuff, as parents collectively, we have to do a better job. I am saying that even as myself as a parent, like you got to do a better job when we're talking about dealing with the children because it creates emotional imbalance. What do I mean? When have you seen young boys come to school with bonnets and pajamas on, Crocs, and looking crazy, talking about, quote, I gotta protect my edges for my twist? Is that what y'all want? You're raising exactly, I'll put it to you like this, if it's a single parent home, okay, and mom is the primary caregiver, and you feel as though your son should leave the house looking like that, you are raising exactly what you don't want. Why is that acceptable? And I know some people, when I had a brother argue with me today, well, this isn't a gender thing. Like people always want to talk about things on a gender. I am a man. I cannot talk for you. You're a woman. Mm-hmm. I don't like when women talk for men. When I hear women say, well, because men is, you have no idea. And just like I have no idea what it is like to be a woman. So I can only give a male perspective. As a male, I have seen women wear bonnets and PJs in the airport, in the grocery store, in college, etc., etc., etc. Now, am I saying that I agree with it? No. But am I also saying it's not my place because I've seen all ages of women do this, from very, very grown to very, very young. So we just want to slide that over and let women argue amongst themselves if they feel like that's right or not right. But I would ask any man and challenge any man, have you seen this amongst the older brothers where we're putting on bonnets and wearing them outside to protect our edges and our twists? Now, my edges are long gone. Long gone. Just like some of y'all's underneath them. We won't get into that. But why have we made it acceptable for our young men to move and operate like girls? I don't understand it. Now, if that is a thing that they are part of the community, things like that, once again, I'm going to slide that over to that side because I'm talking about our straight boys who like girls coming to school with a wrap on their head, PJs with the ass part dirty, Crocs, socks, and then their response is, I'm protecting my hair. What is going on?
I didn't know that was a thing.
The kid got mad at me today when I said, man, take your bonnet off. Man, I got to protect my hair.
From what?
I said, does it have to last? What the hell?
But you're in school. What are you protecting it from? You protect it when you go to sleep.
Because some woman has told him that. Because once again, like Valentine's Day, when I said, what man tells another man you're supposed to accept things for Valentine's Day? What man is saying, hey, man, you got to protect your edges? What? What are we talking about? Like, and of course, somebody will watch this and say, he's mad because he's bald. Hey, man, I've been bald since 20-something, yo. Like, whatever. I don't care that you wear the bonnet in your home. Do what you need to do at your home. But when you step out the door as a young man, let's present ourselves as such. I'm not even going to get on you as far as like what you dress like, but how about you dress? Because here's what I know. You didn't wash your ass because you didn't get in the shower in the morning, get out the shower and put the same pajamas back on. You went to sleep, woke up and rolled your ass in the stool.
Gross.
When asked, is that what you did? The answer was, yeah, well, I brushed my teeth though. So you've been farting and everything in these pants, and you can tell by the back part because the back part is worn, and sitting and all that nastiness, and then you go home with that, and then come to school with the same, and then protect your edges. What are we doing?
I think that's a question to ask the parents. Because, and I don't want to get too far into this because this can be a deeper conversation, but it's one of those things where we talk about like pride and appearance and etiquette and things like that. And we could not go out the front door without looking a certain type of way. You had to present yourself because not only are you trying to make sure that you put your best forward out there in the world, but you're representing a home and a family. So if you go to school looking crazy, immediately parents are going to be like, you're not going to school looking like that, because then they're going to start talking about me, thinking that I ain't taking care of you, so you need to get your shit together. Where kids is going outside with Vaseline globbed on their face because don't nobody want to ashy child. Those days, unfortunately, for some are gone. And I don't know if the parents are preoccupied or if it's not a concern or if this is how they choose to dress because they weren't, essentially given these standards in the household. But it's a lot. So, yeah.
That was my rant, man. I just don't understand why are we allowing boys not to be boys? Once again, I will let women argue what they feel and how they feel about what it is that they do and what they do on their side. You can knock yourself out. I don't care. But what I will say on our side is, as young men, why do you want to look like the young girls? Now, once again, if you're a part of the community, that's on you over there. I'm talking about my straight heterosexual boys. Why are you walking around with a whole bonnet on, tucked, with PJs on?
Because no one's telling them it's not acceptable. When you have people showing up to the airport looking the same way with furry slippers and bonnets and, PJs and carrying on, then why can't I go to school looking like that? I can go on, an airplane looking this way. I can go out in public looking this way. So
that is diabolical.
Okay,
well, here we go. So that's
what y'all think?
Yeah, what do y'all think?
They only worry they miss out from what? Where do they go after school? Right. But the moment someone calls them feminine, dirty, or gay, you're ready to fight.
And that's the first thing I did was, I can't say, gay, but I can say that these are feminine traits. Well, what do you mean? Because what grown man around you have you ever seen? Like, I go into the grocery store, I don't see other grown men in PJs. Now, I have seen grown women, unfortunately, in PJs. Yeah. It's not acceptable.
And bonnets.
Yeah, and bonnets. I've seen that. But that is what I've seen women do. Okay? Now, not all women, but women. But I ain't never seen no brothers doing that. I ain't come across that yet, unless, alphabet.
And even them, sometimes they're like, why are you coming outside looking like that?
Right. So the question is, let's not be dingy and dirty. And if so, what's going on? That's my rant of the day. So might not have affected y'all enough, but it I promise you, it's definitely Coach Block rant of the day. I need to get some music behind that. Or maybe me yelling.
Grumbly, grumbly crew, your bones will be my shoe.
It's so fat. So Fab Kim, what we got first?
All right, so starting off with some light entertainment news. Super Mario Brothers has been dethroned as the most popular and having a huge weekend opener for a video game adaptation film. So, like I said before, it was them, the 2023 version, not the version that you hate, that I didn't think was that bad. The early 90s one, but the 2023 version, and Minecraft has officially dethroned them. And when I say this movie has exploded, they were only projecting to make about 60 million. Right now, they are at currently 313.7 million worldwide, with 162.8 domestically. So not only did they break the bank, and they shattered records, they made their money back. And then on top of that, this film now has almost kind of like a cult-like following. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Rocky Horror Picture Show, where people dress up and they play along, they sing along. Well, Minecraft is now starting to essentially mimic that same thing, where a lot of the teens, the Gen Alpha and Gen Z, are acting out in certain scenes in the film. And now some are saying that it causes a huge disruption during the show, but some are like, you know what? Let the kids have their fun. They're in the movies. They're enjoying it. We'll just make the changes. But I can honestly say that I did not think this movie would do that well, but it did. So congrats to, Jack Black and the whole entire team.
I would definitely think it would do this well or more.
Really?
Absolutely. Because Minecraft is a movement as far as the gaming world. Just like if they ever make a video game about Call of Duty, so many people play it. So the problem, Mario it has its place, but it's not as up to date as Minecraft. People spend a lot of money on Minecraft.
I did not know.
Minecraft, you buy the game, but to do other things you need to do, you have to invest in the actual game.
Isn't it like Roblox?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
And so I'm not a Minecraft person, so the movie's not going to do anything for me because I don't know enough about the game. I just know enough about the culture of the game.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the culture of the game itself is sick. So it's like people who, fanboy over Resident Evil.
Yes.
So it's like that, but it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. So I definitely would think that it would do well. I'm not going to see it until it's free. And I know that in New York, you now have to have a parent to go see this movie. You can't, kids under 18 can't go by themselves.
Oh, really?
They're acting up.
Well, yes, I did hear about that. Like, some fights were breaking out and carrying on. So, yeah.
These kids are not acting.
They don't.
Don't get me started. That's another night. So,
right.
What we got next?
So moving into TV, we talk about it here. You guys have heard us talk about it. Of course, we have, our blockbusters, but a lot of your favorites have been renewed. And I'm excited to report that not only has The Pit received glowing reviews from everyone, even actual doctors themselves. But they are saying that it has been renewed for season 2. Yay. And it is set to come out in January of 2026, as well as taking place. They're going to do a time jump, and it's going to take place during the 4th of July because they said that is the most chaotic time in a trauma center. So it's just the fireworks and people getting busy and drunk, because if you have not watched the current season, this current season is about a mass shooter at a festival in Pittsburgh, and how essentially they were trying to get through the whole entire treatment of people who were coming through, whether they were injured or dying, or it was just a lot. There is a image for all of this.
Where? Which one?
There's like all 4 pictures.
This one?
I can't see that far.
Okay. Well, keep
yeah.
talking. I'll find it. Hold on.
And also, while you talk about video games, The Last of Us is, there we go, right? Oh, there we go. The Last of Us is set to premiere this Sunday.
Tremendous game.
Yes. The long-awaited show is back for its 2nd season. It will be on HBO Max. And people are super excited, so much so that it has already been renewed for season 3, and episode 1 has yet to premiere.
I think that's because of the game.
What do you mean? Tell me more.
Because the video game, okay, so first of all, this game came out some time ago.
Right.
All right, so then now with the game coming out some time ago, but then also picking up people like myself, that's like, I watched the show, and as soon as I watched the show, I was like, I gotta play the game.
Mm-hmm.
So then now I bought a PlayStation because this game is not on Xbox.
Mm.
So the reason for me buying my PlayStation was because I'm like, I need to see what this Last of Us game is about, because they remade it. So this was out for PlayStation 4.
Oh, okay.
So then now they remade it and put it on PlayStation 3 or 5. So they have mentioned that there is going to be a 3rd installment of the game.
Okay.
We just don't know when. So like all the commercials and all the graphics and all the posters say that there's going to be a 3rd installment. So as long as they keep the game going alongside the show, yeah, it's going to keep going, because I think even if you're not a gamer, playing the game and then watching it and then playing the game, they did a hell of a job.
They did a phenomenal job with this.
The video game and the show go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
The actors, pretty much look the same except for Ellie. Ellie's a little different, but they did a hell of a job with the show and with the game and then all that. Now I'm on 2, so I gotta pick my game back up so that I can. But I'll probably go along or try to go along with the actual storyline. Yeah. It was fun. It makes it interactive.
And I mean, it's a phenomenal show.
As I sit there and say, Minecraft.
People have their things. But a phenomenal show. And like I said, season 2 has already been so well reviewed that they are dropping season 3. Now, they have not said yet when it will be released or when the production date is set, but just know season 3 is coming. And speaking of a new season, I've told you guys about Paradise on Hulu. Paradise is a phenomenal show. I really think you guys need to watch it. It is very reminiscent of what could possibly happen, but almost kind of like a whodunit sort of thing, as well as being a political thriller. Really good. Not only did they get renewed for a season 2, but they are currently now in production. And this is set to come out in early 2026. They didn't say a date yet, but they are essentially striving for possibly January, February. And finally, some disappointment here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with The Handmaid's Tale. It's been out since 2017. It's a adaptation from a book, essentially what we are living now. But The Handmaid's Tale has been so well received, but its current season, which just aired yesterday, is not being reviewed well at all. And I think it's gotten to a point where it's lost its stride. When it first started, it was so good. You're seeing this world where, men control everything. Women have no control over their bodies. They essentially have to do and say as, they're told. And this woman wants to be a part of a rebellion to, get women their rights back. And she's trying to get her child. Like it was a very good show, but it just got really slow. Too many storylines, too many characters, and lost its shock factor. So I don't know how well this season is going to do, especially since this is their final season. But right now, things are not off to a good start because the first 3 episodes are now available on Hulu. So that is pretty much that. Going to our next story, Barbie.
Wait,
What's wrong?
there's something there about Handmaid's Tales.
I need to watch. Like I said, if you've never seen any of it, it's a really good show in the beginning. Then once you get into about season 5, you're like, okay, where are we going here? What's going on? It gets a little slow, but it is really good in the beginning. So I'll keep my reviews for this current season probably later because I'm not in a rush to watch it. Just to be completely transparent. But I am excited for The Last of Us. Now, Barbie has recently announced that they are doing something different. They're doing kind of like a new sort of campaign for the Ken dolls. So they have something called Kenbassadors. Huh?
Where was the picture for that?
It's right there. It's all blue.
Oh, this?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, called Kenbassadors. And they announced their first ambassador, which is LeBron James. Ta-da! So LeBron James has his own Barbie, and they said they wanted to be very intentional about it, of adding little things about him, his jersey number, where he's from, his color, the color blue on him, all of these things, his fashion sense. But they said that they really want people who are making a difference, in the community, and really just being the person that stands behind being an activist. So LeBron was the first person that they decided to partner with, and I can honestly say they did a good job with his Barbie. It looks pretty dope. What are your thoughts?
Break out the bonnets. Jesus Christ.
He can't be an action figure?
What action? He ain't playing basketball. What is that? Go to dinner, LeBron? Like,
I've been in school for people who are
date
fans
night
of fitness.
Bron? Like, what is this? Man, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with boys playing with dolls. Because I don't want people to think I don't.
It's crazy because the price.
What's the price?
$75. Yes.
So it's a collectible.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's not even a doll that you can play with.
No.
Am I mad that LeBron is getting a doll? No, it is what it is. But, why did we start here?
Well, they said that LeBron has collaborated with Mattel to become the first professional athlete featured as a Ken doll as part of their new Kenbassador series. The initiative aims to honor individuals who inspire and contribute positively to society. James expressed that partnering with Barbie offers an opportunity to highlight the significant impact of role models in instilling confidence and inspiring dreams among young people. This collaboration not only celebrates James's influence in sports and culture, but also aims to inspire the next generation by showcasing the importance of positive role models.
With a doll.
Would it be better if it was an action figure?
I think it would. At least let him have his uniform on.
Okay.
The high water pants with the Nikes that aren't even his, because he don't wear those. Rasheed Wallace does. And we're trying to make him Nipsey blue as if that was what we see him in, and we don't. And then the man bag, the fanny pack. And here's the thing. No. You know what? It's cool. I'm old. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't LeBron be in his uniform? That's how we know you. We know you as LeBron. If we want this type of guy, then make a doll for this type of guy. So make like the Idris doll or the what other black man that is seen that way, Grandpa Denzel doll or something.
Grandpa Denzel. Who the hell wants that?
Uncle Denzel. You know what I'm saying? It is not Grumpily Gru, Lena. Don't know. What are we doing?
Yes, go on, baby. Grumpily.
What are we doing? Like, what are we doing, man? Like, here's the thing. LeBron tries to set trends, and I am not mad at that. He tries to think outside the box. So, of course, Show me off the court. But, once again, it's another one of them things. It's like, come on, LeBron.
Well, maybe it was supposed to be the multifaceted thing. Like, we're adding his number, but we're also showing him off the court sort of thing, to show that there's more to him than just being, well, yes, obviously, there's more to him than just being a basketball player.
So what story do we have?
What do y'all
anybody
think?
care about LeBron more than that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Like, you're the basketball guy. Be the basketball guy. You are not the fashion setting guy. I'm sure there are guys that they could use that kids would be able to reference in the Barbie world. Like I said, Idris is somebody I think
No kids ain't
know.
worried about Idris Elba.
So then, Bron?
I mean, who are the young kids really relating to now?
Minecraft. Clearly. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, because even LeBron nowadays, it's like, they love LeBron as a basketball player. It's like, I got entrepreneur LeBron.
Yeah.
The boys are over here like, yeah, we're going to slam dunk. I have business meeting LeBron.
I own you.
I own a school LeBron. Give me a break.
Some people might, it might work for somebody. I don't know. I think it's adorable.
I got after the game meeting LeBron. This is him with this microphone.
I think the doll is adorable.
Yes. I would not expect anything different from a woman.
And I guess if somebody is a fan, it would be cool to have like hanging up in your room somewhere. Like if you had a man cave and you like LeBron, the LeBron doll. To me, it's no different than a G.I. Joe.
It's a lot different than a G.I. Joe. Because that's a G.I. Joe.
But it's still a doll.
But it's a G.I. Joe, not a nigga who looks like he's about to go out to the movies.
That's LeBron. Don't say I have Space Jam LeBron. I don't like y'all.
I mean, what are we talking about? All these things are just like...
I would like to hear from,
I have going to a doctor's appointment, LeBron.
I would like to hear, you know who I think would have been a cool doll? Barack Obama.
There you go. There you go. Or, yes, right. G.I. Joe is not a doll. Exactly. It's an action figure. But, like, even, okay, so just recently, the little Funko Pops, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Chiquita just bought me one. It's the Jerome Bettis one.
Oh my God.
So because Jerome Bettis is my favorite player, I have a Jerome Bettis Funko Pop on my desk. Now, what if it was in a suit and not his football uniform? I got retirement Jerome Bettis. Like, what are we talking about, man?
And it might not, maybe you're not, oh, that is adorable. Oh, he is so cute.
What?
Jerome Bettis one. And maybe it's just not meant for you. You're so cute. Okay. It's not for you. Okay, clearly Ken doesn't like LeBron James casual, I got business to do, Ken Ambassador, so. But hey, Barbie.
You're LeBron.
Barack Obama, I would buy him.
That we would expect Barack to have one. Like, I get that. That's what you do. Like I said, any actor. But when you try to take and put street clothes on your basketball action figure.
All right. All right.
He has manicured feet.
Moving on to some old school drama. I don't know why this is a thing. I don't even know why we're talking about it, but I guess they felt the need to do so. Keri Hilson is coming back. She's dropping new music. And I guess instead of talking about her new music, she decides to jump in and they're revisiting the whole conversation about the remix of Turning Me Off, where allegedly she was dissing Beyonce, talking about you're old, you need to sit down and have some kids. And essentially, that's what some people deem as the end of her career, because the Beehive came out in droves and was like, who do you think you are? You're whack, blah, 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 blah. Not knowing that Keri Hilson's spin game is actually pretty lethal, but, things got bad for her. Really, really bad. She was, thrown into the island of misfit toys. Nobody was checking for her while Beyonce's career continued to skyrocket. Well, now she's addressing, those lyrics. And essentially when she told the story, she was saying that she didn't write that. She said that she was pressured to do so. And because she was, relatively still new into the industry and young, that she went along with it. But she did not feel comfortable because she did not want to essentially talk or bring another woman down, and said that, Polo the Don was behind it, and, Timberland was kind of there and just went along with it, and that a female songwriter was one.
This?
Huh? Yeah, I'll get to that and read it.
Okay.
That a female songwriter was the one that actually wrote the verse, which later, came out to be Ester Dean. Now, Ester Dean is another beast when it comes to being a songwriter. She's wrote some ridiculous hits like Rihanna's "What's My Name" and I think S&M and a few others. Like she's that chick. So since all the drama has come out, Keri Hilson is apologizing and all of that, Ester Dean took to her Instagram and issued an apology saying, "I submitted a lot of verses for that remix. One got picked, and it was co-written with Keri. Looking back, it was childish and didn't age well. I see how it hurt people, especially women, and I take full accountability. I've worked with and supported many women since, but that doesn't erase the moment. I'm sorry for my part in it. Growth is real, and so is this apology." Because essentially, Keri was saying, she wanted to be about women's empowerment and, ensuring that women feel seen and heard and all of that. So for another woman to have written this verse about another woman, it was just a mess. So why they felt the need to bring this up, why we felt like it needed to be trending, a drama that happened in the very early millennium, like 2009. I don't know, but.
She's dropping new music soon?
Yeah, she's dropping a new album.
That's why.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's like Will Smith. Because now Will Smith is everywhere because he's trying to rebrand himself.
Yeah.
And, he came out with, the Will Smith album, which wasn't bad.
Oh, you listen to it?
I'm a Will Smith fan when it comes out to his music. Except for that Wild Wild West shit. That was crazy. But, the old stuff. Man, Brand New Funk is one of the best hip-hop albums ever.
It was crazy. You're the only person I know that was bumping his shit.
Really?
Yes.
Man, you should have seen when Dion played it at that 80s party. Everybody was up.
Really?
You should have seen the people dancing and shaking and moving and dancing. Man, the one thing I will not take away from DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince is that they can make some good music together. But except for that Wild Wild West song.
Well, yeah.
That was crazy. But like Men in Black and all that stuff, those songs are historic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. Like, you ain't gonna hear me. Once again, you see where I went to. I was back with the 80s, 90s.
You missed that one. No.
But it was a hit amongst people.
It was.
I didn't like it, but But real Will Smith rapping, I enjoy it. I do. I enjoy the old school rappers because they're just a little bit more creative. Mm-hmm. And it's more art. Like he did the song, I Think I Can Beat Mike Tyson. Mm-hmm. That was dope. Like he was doing the different voices and skits way before like people like Kendrick Lamar changing your voice and all that. And Eminem, and so he did the new one now of that same thing, but talking about his life where like he's in a barbershop and the different voices, but he's rapping along to make the story. To me, that's creative. Mm-hmm. I mean, is it on repeat where I'm like, yeah, hey man, turn on that Will Smith? No.
But it was the time.
Mm-hmm. It is. And I mean, even the stuff now is like, it's dope. Now, Brand New Funk, that song, I will listen to that song right now. I'm telling you, the people who know. When that song came on at the last Groove Me, everybody danced to it. And it's the same thing with certain Kid and Play songs. Mm-hmm. That hola, hola. Yeah. Like, even though, they're corny, something about that groove sure is funky. Hey. I don't know what it is about. And right, summertime is legendary. You can't You can never not play that song. So the way people feel about Return of the Mac.
Hey, oh!
I hate that song. The way that people feel about that song is how I feel about like summer. Summertime immediately puts you in the mindset of it's time to go. Like, this is it. My car better be clean and let's do it. Let's have some fun. Immediately. Summertime can change. That song on a really nice day can change my mood. But like I said, I enjoy Will Smith as a rapper. I enjoy Will Smith as an actor too. I think Will Smith is a great actor, and I think he's dope with his music. I just think he made a mistake that it's going to be hard for him to come back from.
You made a great transition because let's talk about Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
So Jonathan Majors is shut up, me. So Jonathan Majors is back on the press junket because he is pushing for his new movie, Magazine Dreams. Now, granted, Magazine Dreams has received some well reviews. People are saying that his performance is phenomenal, stellar. He does an amazing job, and we've talked about it on here where it is.
Thank you, Chucky D. I hate Return of the Mac too.
What? You are wild. That is my shit. We'll get to that later. now that puts me in a good mood. Like, yes, come on. Anyway, Jonathan Majors is out here promoting his movie, Magazine Dreams, which we talked about as a bodybuilder who is on the spectrum. While also trying to understand, love, but he doesn't really pick up social cues. So a lot is happening in the film. Like I said, when I read the description of it, I was like, this sounds like a good movie. And everyone's saying and praising his performance, but one of the things that was asked was, do they feel like what he has done in the past will harm his chance at receiving an Oscar? And essentially he agreed and said that, it would. And he's not really thinking about it, which is a lie because everybody wants an Academy Award. You want an Oscar just like every artist wants a Grammy. But that's neither here nor there. But then also, he's been on shows like The Breakfast Club and Sherry and was recently scheduled to, he did sit down with Keke Palmer on her podcast, but because she had received so much backlash of people saying like, yo, you are a woman of domestic violence, a victim of domestic violence. Why would you allow somebody like him on your platform? People went in on Keke, so she went ahead, she scrapped the episode and had Catch Y'all on instead. But the crazy thing is, I want to know from y'all and from you, do we feel like we should give Jonathan Majors another chance despite what has happened, the recordings that dropped, and the fact that more ex-girlfriends have come out too and said that he was abusive?
Yeah. What was he convicted of?
Well, the first one, hold on, let me go back to it because I can read it specifically. So found him guilty of misdemeanor 3rd-degree assault and 2nd-degree harassment. He was acquitted of 2 other charges, intentional assault and aggravated harassment. The convictions indicated that the jury believed Majors recklessly caused physical injury to Jabari, but did not do so intentionally. Now, he was sentenced to 1 year of domestic violence counseling and probation. And then later on, a recording was dropped and had resurfaced where he allegedly, but it was him, admitted to assaulting Jabari on the record. It says, "I'm ashamed. I've never been aggressive with a woman before. I've never aggressed a woman. I aggressed you." Jabari responded, "You strangled me and pushed me against the car," to which Majors replied, "Yes, all those things are under aggressed." Yeah.
Okay.
Now, when asked about it, because, of course, a couple people were asking him about it. Complex was one, and Sherry Shepherd was another, who she gets on my nerves. But he said in response, because he can't really talk too much about it, but God has a plan. And sometimes you just throw your hands up, I can't speak about it, but I do know there is a plan.
It's tough. And the reason why it's tough is because as a man who has 3 daughters, you never want to not take domestic allegations seriously. But as a man who has had somebody falsely accuse him of domestic violence, I also say sometimes you need to call bullshit. I don't know. I don't know. I know that it can be used to weaponize men to maneuver and manipulate to get things that you want. There's a conviction there. So that makes it tough. But I don't think, if it's not stopping him from working, then I don't think it should stop him from being able to be a part of the interview circuit, because that's a part of working.
And I guess my question is too, and this is for, of course, you guys watching, when someone is convicted of something and then they, they're standing in front of the judge and the jury of their peers, and the conviction comes down, and then they also essentially serve their time, like he served his. What are we wanting the next steps to be? Like, do you not want him to ever work again? Or are we, wanting him to disappear off the face of the earth? Like, what is it, I guess, that we feel would be the correct punishment for what has happened or what has taken place?
Therapy for the people who are accusing him. Because somewhere you're triggered. Because, I'm going to say this, and it may sound like some inconsiderate shit. He didn't do it to you. So, like, when I look at Rihanna and Chris Brown, and I see that Rihanna has forgiven Chris, but everybody else got a problem, I have a problem.
Obviously not, because niggas are still trying to get his tickets and he adding new dates.
Well, as far as like the industry people, what I'm saying, that have tried to sabotage him, and then when he tried to do the Michael Jackson thing, got randomly stopped, and so it's one of those things where it's like, if I can't be more mad at your situation than you. So if those others have found solace and said, you know what, it is what it is, then why do we hold a grudge as the jury? We didn't have the afflictions put towards us. So a lot of it is that, like, if there is some type of solitude amongst the two, then what am I mad for? Well, I can't be more mad about you than you getting hit in the face. Hell, you got punched, not me.
Well, and that's why I ask, and especially when I'm seeing people
like that mean that had to do that from Joker dancing like this, and they said this was me listening to R. Kelly because he didn't pee on me. That's how I feel. He didn't pee on me.
And that's your opinion. So of course, I want to hear from you guys that are watching. Like, what will it take? Because there are a lot of people out here who have done some crazy shit, and we're still supporting their music, their movies, their artistry, and things like that. So I'm just wondering. I'm not taking sides here. The one problem that I have with Jonathan Majors is that I feel like he's extremely performative.
I think the boy got a problem. I done told you he is heavy on the spectrum.
I didn't see that comment.
Oh, the comment was, if Jonathan Majors was a family member of yours, you would expect him to get a second chance.
That's a point. That is a very good point. Very good point there.
Would you give them a second chance if that is his reason? I mean, I don't think anybody should be condemned to hell and banished off of this planet as if you don't have issues or things that you have done.
I think there is some
people who do things to children.
Yes.
But then it still comes a time that if they get arrested and they go to jail and they're away and all that stuff, us holding on to that grudge does nothing for us. So you got to let the powers that be handle them. And it will. I do believe that eventually you won't get exactly what you did somewhere.
Like Jared?
Yes. Yeah. Somebody gonna go up in your boo-boo. It's gonna happen. So, Jonathan, you're getting your own personal hell right now, because if you did do it, then that's what, karma. Now, just stop talking about it and work your way through it.
And I'm seeing more so people are bringing it up to him than he's talking about it. It's just,
Well, I mean, like, stop talking about it as in, like, let's not talk about these questions. and let's just move past it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the more we move past it, the less likely it is to come up, then more people will ignore it. But it refreshes people's memory with, oh yeah, he did do that. Because honestly, I'm like, he did all that? I thought it was just the one chick.
Well, yeah, 2 more women, came, forward, but they're denying those allegations, of course.
And I mean, Robert Downey Jr. was one of the biggest druggies and all that stuff in Hollywood. And he is Iron Man. He was allowed to rebuild himself. Why can't he? Why can't this brother get the opportunity to rebuild himself and rebrand himself? You make mistakes. If he apologizes, it's like how people try to typecast Michael Vick for the dogs. Hey man, I did my time. I'm out. I'm now working with the Humane Society for strays and things like that. What more do you want me to do?
Mm-hmm.
Tyrese, what do you want from me?
And I'm guessing that's what my question is. Like, is there anything that he could do for people to be able to forgive him again? Like I said, one of my biggest issues that I have with him is that I feel like he's extremely performative, and now that the shit hit the fan, now you want to run and be embraced by big black titties. And then here we go. We got Sherry Shepherd and Aunite Van Zant that are sitting here like, oh, come to me. Let's because if you were still sitting high and mighty, would you have still wanted that same love from these same people? So now here we go, being the big titty mammies, coming and saving the day of like, it's okay, baby. No, you have to face these consequences, And
but I can face them and then still see some.
No, because where have you always been this supportive of black women?
We don't know. He got a black woman now.
Now, when shit hit the fan. And that's the thing that bothered me too when I was listening to his interviews about, I told Megan things were going to get bad and she lost endorsement deals and she lost money and we weren't invited to places and she lost roles. I'm losing all of this to be with your black ass?
She was still getting pastor money though, so she wasn't hurt.
No, but still, it's still my money, regardless of where it's coming from or who or whom I'm getting it from. It's still my money and it's still my image. And then now it's being tarnished because I'm choosing to deal with you.
Yes.
Which I blame her too, because girl, what's going on with you? Why are you rushing to save the day and be like, well, let me go ahead and surround you with love? And not to say that people don't deserve love, but I'm just like, this seems all too timely considering what happened. And then now we want to sit on stages and cry, I love y'all. I love y'all. I just love y'all. I mean, oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm a Southern boy. I love you. It's too performative for me. I don't like it. No. Jonathan, I'm not feeling it. Just work on you and keep it moving. Stop the theatrics, please.
Okay. Then when I clown him about being on the spectrum, you're like, stop!
Well, because, I'm starting to wonder. I mean,
the theatrics are because he is special.
There was a clip of him that we had of him on Kiki's podcast. So we can play that because when I was watching, I was like, something doesn't seem.
What did I say? When nobody's house is made of glass, we shouldn't judge him. If he was an individual, don't want to be judged. If we as individuals don't want to be judged. I don't believe Jonathan should be
kissing butt. But he made his bed. He needs to absolutely.
Well, a celebrity has to kiss butt to get back into grace, especially black ones. So you got to go through your apology tour. That's basically what it is. I'm sorry. And the biggest place that shows forgiveness is black people. We show it first. So then if I can get in,
Some of us.
If I can get in with y'all and everybody forgive me, then it's cool.
Well, yeah.
But see, the problem is he's not appealing to black people. Will can slap Chris, but Will is Will. So we're going to forgive Will. Mm-hmm. Chris Brown is the modern day Bojangle. So we're going to forgive you because, boy, can't nobody dance like Chris. What do you do, Jonathan? You don't do enough for you to be able to receive black women's forgiveness. You got to do something for that. and I don't see what you're doing. And that's me as a black man who has watched many of black men who have wronged black women, and black women make excuses because they like something that they have to offer. This man here offers nothing but his body and this smile here. So you can't be forgiven by black women. And if I'm lying, any black woman out there, if I'm lying, because you still got black women who ain't mad at R. Kelly. R. Kelly done touched kids and peed on people.
Insane.
You still got black women that ain't mad at Chris Brown and he lumped Rihanna's ass up and there is proof of it. You still got people who listen to James Brown, y'all aunties and moms and grandmas, and all James Brown did was whoop people's ass. Even back in the day with Jim Brown, the running back. I got into an argument with damn Chuck about that. Jim Brown was a great man. What, in between the ass beatings that he gave his wife?
I didn't know that.
He was whooping people. He was whooping his wife's ass. But everything is forgiven as long as you find your niche that makes those black boobies that you talk about come out and everybody go, it's okay. You don't offer anything to the black community that makes them feel that way besides Lovecraft Country.
I don't feel like the black community was connected or invested enough.
That's my point. You don't have anything there. Lovecraft Country was your it. Because when you took your shirt off and you was with the little Juicy Smollett sister, everybody was like, then you did. And then lost it.
And Creed.
And lost it. Like, so then you were almost there. People would forgive Michael B. Jordan. They're not going to forgive.
Yeah.
They're not going to forgive you. You, sir, are not it.
And I think, like I said, I think the biggest reason why people are having a hard time because you just don't know if he's truly being genuine. Like I said, look, we got the clip. Watch the clip and tell me if it's just me. And I didn't want to download the whole thing with him and Sherry because it was like 16 minutes. But watch this clip and just, I don't know. It's giving performative to me. It is.
Vulnerability or unshakable mystery?
Vulnerability.
Okay. Fall in love slow or fall in love loud?
Fall in love slow.
I love that. Owning the past or rewriting the future?
Owning the past.
Why?
We're talking about history in general or me personally?
I mean, really, any of it. Just your concept around maybe more so
around time.
Around time.
Well, time is.
Oh my gosh, I've been so into
everything.
time lately. Oh, yo, gosh, man.
Yeah.
Literally, this time thing.
Look it.
I love that we literally.
Wicked. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Very wicked.
Very wicked.
Okay.
Come on, girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Co-star in a rom-com with Megan Good or a buddy cop movie
with Megan Good.
or a buddy cop movie with Michael B. Jordan.
Oh no, Mike. Oh no. I mean, that would be hilarious.
Oh my gosh, even that voice. I want that to be the voice of the character. That would be hilarious.
Michael. Hey, bro, what's up? Michael. Yeah. I got to be with my baby.
Period.
I got to be keeping in the family.
You heard that, man?
Yeah,
period. And I'm ready for the rom-com.
That's it.
You are amazing.
So that was a clip of the podcast that got stripped.
It should have, because it was a terrible podcast. And the same way you feel about him, I feel about Kiki. Like, what? Yeah. Well, in the numbers and time. But once again, once people love you and you stay in that grace, we're not going to act. To me, both of them was fake as hell. I'd have been like, click.
It wasn't a very good interview.
That was terrible.
Yeah, it was terrible.
That is just as bad as Dion and Roxy on their thing on Tubi. I'd be like, Deion Sanders. I'd be like, when I try, I'm like, you know what? Because Dion always went, because see what it is, dog. Because see, God and faith, and that's what got me through. Man, how many times are you going to say that?
You got an Instagram clip. Jay said that way. It was very cringe. It was cringe, especially girl. What is going on here? Yeah, didn't Bill Cosby drug women and co-stars and did it? did time for it. People forgave him. Yes, Jonathan Majors is not on everyone's level. It's giving animated on both ends.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I respect Keke, but I am not a Keke Palmer fan. I respect her though. Like, I'm not one that, she's not one where I'm like, I can't stand her. Like, she's terrible. I just feel like she does that. Like, she overdoes it all the time. I feel like she's always on. And it's like, there's no way you're like this all the time. And so, like, every show she goes on, like, I watched her with the late night, with the one with the Roots, Jimmy Fallon.
Mm-hmm.
She was just like that. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And anybody who can upstage Jimmy Fallon's energy, it's like, wow. There's a lot going on this goddamn stage. Like, in that situation, them two just going back and forth. She's like, yes, in that voice. And he's like, yeah. What are y'all doing? Cut. Hey. As a producer, hey, cut. What the fuck are y'all doing? Hey, what is this? What is this? Wait, both of y'all. He's taking you to his voice, and she's taking you to her voice. What the hell you got? You're just feeding off of each other. Both y'all got. That's what happens when you put two people on the spectrum together. They feed off of each other. That is a, swear to God, that's a fact. Anybody?
Now you want to say Kiki's on the spectrum?
We're all on the spectrum.
I know that, but I mean, come on. What about her is making you say something's going on there?
Because you're always on. Like, so you can see interviews where people are excited in their interview because it's like, I'm excited to have that type of interview because I'm excited to meet you just like you're excited to meet me. But I have never seen her not be that way in an interview where you come into the interview and she's like, okay, let's just have a conversation and talk. Never, not. Everything has always been, because it's giving numbers. It's giving numbers in years. And he's like, yeah, it is. Y'all both look like y'all get checks for things that deal with mental health. We need to, I want to do an episode where we have flags and we raise red flags. Kiki's energy like that is a red flag for a guy. It should be. Because there's no way you can sustain that. So what is causing you to do that all the time? You have to be acting. And the one thing I feel about all actors is when they do interviews, most of the time until they get old and don't care, like where Mary J. Blige is now, we're like, y'all just knew me when I was trying to please everybody. Damn, Mary. Denzel.
Spoilers and shit.
Yeah, Denzel talk. Yeah, because see, when I get on the next Black Panther, nigga, like, I just feel like, I think they both act. That's why I hate Will Smith interviews, taking it back to him. Because there's nothing I can believe in your interview because you're a tremendous actor. And you can cry on the drop of a dime.
And that's how I feel about Jonathan. Because I'm like, here you go with the tears and you go, what is that? Like, if you don't cry, then cry. Why are we doing all this?
It might take a little to get out. I told you he was on the spectrum.
I just want to see him in a space where someone's having a real legit conversation, and like you said, it's not performative on both ends.
But it's gonna have to be, because to sit down and talk to him, you're gonna have to be that type of person, because he's not interesting enough to just sit down. What are you gonna talk about? What about him do you want to know?
No, not well. First of all, the whole thing. Like, let's go ahead.
Oh, you want to actually dive into that? Yeah, see,
and the whole back and forth of like, my thing is, what psychologically made you say, now I want to go to the safe space of a black woman, when that wasn't what you were doing in the first place? It was
not proper journalism.
I'm asking the fucking questions that people want to know, because why now? Why now?
You can't ask that.
And was it something where some black woman have told you no or made you feel a certain type of way?
Yeah, they did. Look at him. See what I'm saying? That's why I don't think I would ever a true journalist, because I already know the answer. There's no way I'm going to look at this brother and be like, you know what, black women were really turned on by him. No, they weren't. And they probably treated him a certain way.
That's the black woman that you want.
That's it. See, that's what we got it. Okay. Now look, see. Have to be honest about how, especially younger, and I see it now even with these high school boys, women can be treacherous when it comes down to feelings towards these boys growing up. there is a friend of ours who went back in time and said, yeah, because she talked about I got my Wednesday clothes on.
That was a white girl.
But it was still a woman nonetheless.
Yeah.
We know that, right? So like as a young boy, you may know like my man got his Wednesday gear on. But unless he don't say nothing crazy, you ain't gonna say nothing crazy. You only say something crazy when, oh, you want to talk stuff? Oh, that's why you got your Wednesday clothes on, you bum. Then it comes out. But a woman will shred you to pieces, or you can't even approach her because how do I do
She's
it?
looking crazy.
So that's what I'm saying. So then and then I know because I have seen it. I have not been the person who it has happened to, but I have seen a heart get ripped out of a chest like Indiana Jones and just tossed on the floor, splat. And you're like, man, that wasn't even necessary. And it's like, ha! It's like, now you have now he's angry with beards and podcasts.
And who was the girl that he was going after? Now, would you see that the two of them would be together? And
Now?
No, before, back then. And was there another girl who was interested in him?
There were other girls that were kind of interested in him, but in general, no. He didn't have a lot of girls interested in him.
But there were girls that were kind of interested.
To be honest, that's even like even the ones that you're like, well, they were like, I like your shoes.
What was wrong with him?
See, that's my point. Like,
no, I'm literally asking, like, what was wrong with him?
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Because I can't give out too much, because then people know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But I'm just saying that he wasn't a terrible looker. It was just it wasn't put together. Because as he got older, then more people started to come holler.
Now, was that like no girl wanted to be bothered with you?
No, they didn't. And I felt bad because the brother was highly intelligent.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. So then why did we get the flag?
Because the first woman that actually gave him a shot happened to be white. And she was also like a nerd as well.
So then that's who you're with. Stay with that.
But that's not fair because that doesn't, I shouldn't have to be typecasted because of this.
Who's typecasted?
He is typecasted. He couldn't get out of there for a long time. It took him a long time to get out of there.
Who, Jonathan or this guy?
No, this guy. And that's what happened with Jonathan. Like now he's finally getting out of it. But you can clearly see that this dude was dissed for a long time. And then now here you go. No different than like Chris Rock. Like he tells a story. His brothers were the ones that were the lookers and got the attention. He was the one that got shitted on.
But there was somebody out there that liked you.
Man, was it though?
There was somebody out there. There's somebody out there.
I would need to know who liked Pookie.
Because then you say there's somebody for everybody. So
yeah, but that doesn't mean at that time. Like that's what I'm saying. Like to say that this argument would have to be with somebody who has experienced it. Because I'm only saying it from a point of view of somebody who did not experience it, right? But I have seen what guys who are like interested, they try to talk to somebody and then they get shut down. And you're like, okay, well, that's just one. Go for the next.
I've had these conversations with guys who have been in, like, I know a guy recently who told me, he was like, I used to get teased. They used to think I was weird, but it was a full collective. It wasn't just specifically a black thing. But for some reason,
because you know what I do, like, here's what I will say. You spend a lot of time watching Disney movies and you have an open heart to where like, I'm not going to be like that. But I'm going to be honest. Them streets of East Hills, Wilkinsburg, Homewood, where we grew up, them chicks was fucking ruthless.
Well, I'm not going to say I'm not, because I've seen that, where it's just like, now that was just so mean. There was no need for me. I mean, everybody's experienced the mean girls, the mean guys, because let's not act like, there weren't guys that were just terrible for no reason and just teasing women or girls for whatever reason they felt was necessary. You know?
Yeah, because they didn't have trust and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They developed late.
Exactly. So it could be on both sides. But my issue is when you get to a certain point and you got your person who loved you and loved you, and they're of a certain cue, then you want to turn around and make it a black girl problem when this is a people problem. You've been teased by people who were more than likely, brown, more than likely they were white, and black. It's just sometimes maybe the black people were funnier and got more laughs.
I think he was around more white people than black people, especially when you said he was in Yale for college and things like that. He was probably around more white people. So that the white thing is just, for him, it's natural because that was his environment.
Right. So if it's natural, don't wait until shit goes wrong to be like, well, let me slide over here to the sisters. No, slide your ass back over there. Because why don't we deserve the happy ending? Why don't we deserve the
well, maybe this is the happy ending, because here's what he ain't doing. He ain't hitting Megan. Now, he slammed her into a van. Is that the happy ending?
Well, no, but I'm saying, like, you were making Marvel money. So you thought you were on the up and up, So then now, when, things is getting a little tight, we trying to push projects. Like, I just love her so much because she was with me and
I think
she
he makes more money than the
sacrificed.
pastor, though.
I don't know. I mean, he is pretty popular and he got lifetime money too. So
Nah, he making more. We need to fact check that, because I think he's making more money than the pastor. Because the pastor and him, like the movies that he has done, has grossed. He already because he did more than just the Marvel series. Yeah. So how much is he worth total?
I don't know.
What's the pastor's name?
Devon Franklin.
Devon Franklin.
Did I make that up? I know his first name is Devon, but maybe not Franklin. Let me see.
What is his name?
I want to say it's Devon.
I don't even know.
It is, yes.
Devon Franklin?
Yes, it is Devon Franklin.
Okay, and so what is his gross income? He is worth, it says his total income is worth $350 million worldwide. And what is this dude's name?
Who?
That we're talking about again?
Jonathan?
Yeah, there we go. Shit, Jonathan, if he would have not did wrong, that 350, he got that from Marvel alone.
Well, yeah. So.
Let's see what Jonathan's worth.
Is it bad? It's not good?
Yeah, it says, while it's difficult to pinpoint Jonathan's major exact gross income, Celebrity Net Worth estimates his net worth to be around $500,000 in 2025.
I was at least thinking maybe.
So he took a little hit. Damn, that ain't right. Yeah, his money's a little tied up. Somebody's a little tired.
See, I'm over here with this nigga, and then now I'm dealing with you.
Well, she divorced her ex-husband?
That everything about that was weird. She's weird too. Like listen, she can get the smoke as well. Because what the fuck? How much is Megan worth?
Money's a little stacked up. That's all. But Megan got a lot, she got her net income.
She's been acting for a minute.
Her net worth, it says here, is about $5 million. So, yeah, so her net worth is about $5 million. So what did you divorce this dude for?
Maybe we should have stayed where we were.
Yeah, because, so yeah, it might be a little tied up. But it's cool, That's why he's smiling so hard. That's why you're doing those apology tours, because you took a hit last year. Well, that's at 2025, so he still got some time. Yeah, I mean, he does. Right? I don't know. I don't know how this works. What's his name?
Jonathan Majors.
Because I don't know this nigga. Like, after Lovecraft Country, I was done with this dude.
I mean, he did a good job on Creed.
I didn't even watch it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, reporting $500,000. Damn. Yeah, it's definitely his money is tied up.
Well,
so what else we got?
well, that's a thing. Mm-hmm. So, should we go into That's Fucked Up, or should we go into the messy letter? I don't know what's going on anymore. The fuck?
Yeah. Well, we got some people here talking. What's going on here?
Oh my. Why did Megan choose Jonathan again over her ex? This year is a halfway mark soon. Yeah, so no. And then I guess my question, the thing with Megan and her ex, it was very cryptic. You know, so one minute they were in love, they were spending time together, and then before you knew it, he was asking for a divorce. And she said that she was, shell-shocked. She was completely taken aback by it and didn't know that that's what he wanted to do. So, yeah.
Okay, let's go into the messy letter.
All right. So, hold on. I got to pull it back up.
It's time for...
Hold on. Wait. I got to make sure I got it. Okay, what was it? Is this one? Oh, no. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Okay.
It's time for the messy letter.
Okay, this one says, I just found out my fiance of 3 years cheated on me with a male friend / coworker. She is a very broken individual, and apparently it was at a time of intense arguing. I was in the military at the time, dealing with all the hoops they make you go through before leaving the service. She's pregnant with another man's baby. She hasn't been passing blame and has been taking accountability. She said she thought things would always be the same when we had started arguing about 6 months before I left the service on and off. We both wanted it to be, I don't know what he's trying to say here. We both wanted to be heard instead of listening. That's the fault I share. I gave her an ultimatum. The baby goes or I go. She's 7 weeks pregnant. And I'm fully aware of the severity of this ultimatum. I want her. We were perfect literally as soon as I left the service, and we were communicating and listening to one another, paying attention to one another. Life was perfect until I found out, and I'm willing to go to therapy and start over from scratch, but not when she's pregnant with another man's child. Advice is welcome, but I'm more so just venting. I'm also grieving the woman I thought I knew, and I'm willing to give her a chance again if she's willing to put in the work. I know that I would have some things to work on as well. What should I do?
So his woman had a child while he was in the service?
Yes. And she's 7 weeks pregnant, and he wants her to get rid of it.
And this is his wife?
It's his fiance of 3 years.
How long was he gone?
It doesn't say.
It's not your wife, but it's your wife.
Mm.
It's your fiance. So he said he was just venting, so we'll take it as that. Because you can't make her get an abortion. That's one. Making her get an abortion doesn't prove that she really wants to be with you. That's two. 3, she did it in the first place, which 3 should probably be 1. So you have your answer here. Deal with the hurt, keep it pushing. Leave her and that baby alone and get out of Dodge ASAP and be thankful that it happened so that you can see the person for who they really are now.
Yeah.
Versus later on down the line. That's it. Like, you found out she was a creep in advance, and it didn't cost you a thing. No monies has to be exchanged. Now you talking about, I want you to have an abortion so you can be with me. How about y'all keep that kid and I'm out? And you'll always have access to the buns because she'll forever feel bad. So just chalk it up as one on the board and be like, yo, I'm here if you need me, yo. I'm out. Or you get out. Deuces. I'm too old for these type of letters. This is grumbly Guru Block. Because what? You want to force another person to have an abortion for another person's baby when she's 7 weeks. She had how many weeks to decide to have this abortion? This whole situation could have been handled before you came home. Mm-hmm. Clearly, she wants to keep the baby. She's 7 weeks in. So, sir, you're not going to force another woman to do something with their body that she doesn't want to do. Yeah. And then you're going to sit here and be the dumb one like Maury. I'm going to take care of it even if it ain't mine, dummy.
Well, no, he said he's not taking care of it.
He talking about if he can forgive her.
Yeah, he said he can forgive her, but he said, I'm willing to go to therapy and start over from scratch, but not when she's pregnant with another man's child.
Well, then what are you going to therapy for? I went away to go work. I come back, and you got somebody else's kid.
It's over.
So what am I going to therapy for? Unless you did something before, and now it's retaliation, and now you're caught. That's the other side of it, right? So something could have happened, and now you look like a goober, and it's like, well, now I got my get back. What? I am so tired of these type of letters. These are stupid. If you can't figure out what to do, sir, then you just take care of that child and you see how this works.
But you know you're going to end up resenting her and the child.
And then do what you're supposed to do before that happens. Leave.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
I don't see any other way to help him with this other than you just want to have to take it to the chin and leave. Like this whole thing of like, oh, she was perfect beforehand. Well, y'all were arguing. So how is it perfect? Just go. Nigga, like what?
So you can't be selfish with that, but move on and heal. There's someone who won't do you like that.
Pretty much. Then, you'll be the angry guy who brings that pass her into every relationship moving forward. Yeah, she
did you a favor.
But he's not looking at it that way right now. He wants her.
Right, because you don't value your money. Once again, take love off the table and let's handle the business. Financially, does this make sense for you to do? So somebody got to pay for the abortion because she's not going to pay for it. So that means you got to come out of the pocket. If she doesn't and she keeps the baby and you still sit here and try to go through therapy with her while she's trying to keep the baby on her, it's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you time, headache, all that. And nobody's talking about love here. So, sir, financially, she did you a solid. Run for the hills and say thank you. You'll still have access to her. If you tell her now, okay. N-word bag. If you tell her right now, I can't do this. I thought things would be different. I went away. This is what I was doing. You knew that. And I come back and this is what I'm coming back to. You're going to have to give me time. Y'all go ahead and do that. And I'm going to just be over here doing me. And start doing you. You'll forever have access. Forever. So chill. Move on, bro. Let her go ahead and have a kid. She'll be back with you, sleeping with you on the side in no time. She might do it while she's pregnant. You just got to live with that in your head. But if you can't, let her drop the seed. She'll be back. I promise you.
Well, there's that.
My views are a little harsh, but that's because, once again, you see it time and time again, right? She got knocked. All right. But that's not going to change how she feels about you. She got knocked because she got caught up cheating. Dude didn't wear a condom. She didn't want dude to wear a condom. She got knocked. The moment you can get that through your head, settle in on it, meh, okay, cool. Mm-hmm. And then, take your time. She'll be back in no time. Because how dare you handle this like a man? You're supposed to handle this like a beast, saliva's coming out of your mouth. Nah. Hey, man, I wish y'all the best. And, hopefully you carry this baby healthy and have a healthy child. Mm-hmm. But I'm out.
Yeah.
She'll be back in no time. I promise you that. I can promise you that. And then now you do treat her however when you want to treat her now.
I mean, I agree. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Because I don't see what other possible solution that we have here outside of you just sitting there raising another man's kid.
Well, see, then, it's not letting her spin the block. See, it's actually if I choose to even engage with you, right? Because if the buns was good and you want the buns, then okay, I'll get the buns again. Because, okay, cool. But you can only do that if you've begun the process to detach. Because if you make it about feelings, then now you talk about, oh, you can leave him and singing songs like, I wish I never met her. Even though I love her so. Now you looking stupid. But if you can detach and be like, man, what's up, man? You coming through? Okay, come on through. Then are you leaving? You leaving?
Right.
You're leaving?
Right.
The baby needs you. You can do that?
I don't think he can. He's way too invested into her. For you to say things like, oh, she was perfect. Oh, things were the way that they were. Oh, at one point.
Was she perfect?
That's what he said.
And that's why more men need to have critical conversations with other men. She was so perfect that she slept with another man.
And got pregnant. Mm-hmm.
Story time. So.
You know this situation?
No, high school. So on my team, I had a player who did something with another player's girlfriend. And it was speculations, right? So on the team, now he got beef with him because you mess with my girl. What we gonna do and everything, testosterone, ego, locker room, football shit. Okay, so here's what we did, or here's what I did. Mm-hmm. After practice was over, I felt the tension. Mm-hmm. All right. So what we got to do is we got to get this done because we're a team and we got to get past this. Y'all are fighting over the common enemy. The enemy is the one that's bouncing in between y'all and y'all letting this happen. Mm-hmm. So I have to destroy said enemy because you can't come on my team and take my quarterback and one of my best defensive players and put them against each other.
Right.
So I said this. Hey, John, you're going to have to get over the fact that Jaden messed with your girl. Oh, because we're in high school and everybody, they tell the story now and it's funny. John, you're going to have to get over the fact that Jaden messed with your girl. If Jaden messed with your girl, she was not your girl.
Right.
So she's everybody's girl. So anybody on the team right now that would mess with this girl, raise your hand. Couple of them was like, well, coach, anyway. I said exactly. So she's community girl. You want community girl? That's what you want? You feel like community girl is the best? I just seen his heart shrivel up. You want community girl? So it's funny that everybody else on this team finds the girl that you love as community person? That's what you want to be known as. Because we all men in here. And of course, Coach Kennedy, he wants community booty. Like,
don't do that.
So, crumble. Mm-hmm. Now she's no longer at peace because now I gotta realize I gotta get me together. Mm-hmm. This is how I look. Yeah, you look like a fool. Mm-hmm. Now the moment you can get past that, you good. They never had a problem again. Sometimes you have to call this thing out. He don't got nobody around him to tell him you are a complete asshole.
Right.
Why would you do this? Mm-hmm. Why would you put yourself through this? Mm-hmm. She told you what it was when she made the move she made. Mm-hmm. We're going to hold you accountable and see to it that you do not make this mistake. Or if you do, every single time you step out the door with one of us, we will clown you. Mm-hmm. Because this is unacceptable. No different than somebody failing and being held back. You want that? That's what you want? That's what you think you're worth? This is love? Then it causes you to go home and you, I don't want him to laugh at me all the time. That's some other man's woman now, bruh. Your father. This is what he did to me. I told you a story about this, didn't I? No, I probably didn't. Okay, so my father broke it down to me like this. When my ex in high school broke my heart, crying, and I got mad because I was like, oh, I know him, and I'm gonna do this and that and this to him. Oh, are you? Okay. So let's. Can I talk to you, son? And I swear to God, it's true. Can I talk to you, son? Yeah. I'm like Cuba on Boys in the Hood. You know what? Okay. I see you. He hit me. I see you upset. I see you got a lot of heat up in your chest. But let's say you beat him up, but he can still write. Say you beat him so bad you put him in the hospital because that's what you want to do. You want to beat him, right? Yeah. You like to put him in the hospital. Yeah. Okay. So let's say you whoop his ass real good, but he can still write with his hand. He can write on a piece of paper, I still eat your girl. So then what good does that do? Because it still happened. Then let's say he gets out of the hospital and you get mad. You say, I'm going to kill this thing. The reason why you killed him is because of what? He slept with your woman. So the thing that you have to get past is he slept with your woman. If you can't get past that point, go sit your ass down somewhere. Because it doesn't make a difference. I still slept with your woman. So this is what he's dealing with.
Yeah.
So you can't get past it. There's no therapy, even if she has an abortion. If she has an abortion, she's going to hold it against you.
Yes.
You can't do it.
A lot going on there. A lot.
Let her and him be happy. You thought you found the one. And unfortunately, sir, she's community bullied.
And the thing is, like you said, at least you're finding out now before you guys signed the papers and got married and things weren't each other's names.
And she got all those damn military benefits.
Yes. While going to, doctor's visits with another man's baby under your insurance, your ass would be smoking hot. So like you said, the only option is to walk away. There is no, get rid of the baby and then we could be together, because that's going to create so many issues between the two of you.
Yeah.
Like, no. And then who's to say she's going to do it again?
Right. That's what Danielle said. She's going to go back.
Yeah.
So why put yourself through that? I wouldn't do it.
No.
Don't put yourself through that.
No. And that's why, like, when I ask questions about, like, non-negotiables when I was in the dating scene, this is something where I'm like, you don't see this as a non-negotiable?
When you were in the dating scene.
Yeah.
Don't I know?
I'm not dating. I'm tired of these niggas chilling.
Get out of the pissy pool?
Hey. I'm chilling. Because y'all seen the damn profiles. Why do you think I want to be out here?
I don't know.
But to my point, this is not a non-negotiable for you. Like, if that's not, what are non-negotiables for you? Because this right here, I'm definitely leaving your ass. You cheated and you got pregnant? Come on. And then you only are now seeing the product of her cheating, but who's to say she wasn't cheating on you before? And if she's doing it raw with him, who's to say she's not doing it raw with somebody else? And then now we're talking about possibly STIs.
What are we doing?
I'm just saying, like, my guy, you got to break this shit down. Like, this woman doesn't really care about you. And
no, she doesn't.
Who wants to be with somebody like that? What is so alluring about her that you're like, I'm willing to risk everything? My standards, my boundaries, my self-esteem to be with her. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. Love hurts. And when you pick the wrong person to love, it really hurts. Mm-hmm. But yesterday what I said is, when you love yourself enough, you'll know that that's not what you accept. That's not acceptable for you.
Right.
This is a time when you need to really take a moment to decide about loving you. And when you do that, you'll realize that this is easy to get out of because I deserve better than this. It's okay. And it's going to hurt. But once you get past the hurt, you're going to be like, whoo, dodge the bullet there. So, but it's going to hurt. And it go through the hurt. Doing these type of things prolongs the process. Mm-hmm. Go through it. Push, and then get to the other side. Yeah. So that you can start to heal and then start to find you so that you can find someone else. Everybody is not for everybody. This person you thought was for you was not. And God blessed you with a sign so that you can clearly see it. Now, if you choose to go past the sign that God put out there, then you got to reap the benefits. I mean, the consequences, as we were talking yesterday. There's consequences for this now. So if you say, I'm going to ride through this red light, okay, cool.
And this is now the blaring red light. I'm pretty sure you had some blinkers beforehand. And now God is like, all right, is this enough for you to leave, my nigga? Because when you sit here and say she's perfect, but I'm reading that you guys were arguing a lot, then what are we really talking about?
Yeah, she didn't like you. That's all. She didn't like you. And it's okay. Don't take this stuff personally. Nah. The reason why is because we take it so personal. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I now understand because I'm getting older and I get a chance to see, younger people move and I get a chance to see people older than me move. Mm-hmm. And the blessing is being able to be receptive to both sides. I appreciate the hustle of the younger people. I do. Mm-hmm. Because nowadays you see younger people making moves that nobody ever really taught or told you about. And I get proud of that. Mm-hmm. Like, as much as I can't stand a lot of these young influencers because I don't like their material, I respect the fact that I'm going to go get it. Mm-hmm. But then I also respect the fact of the old heads to say, but you ain't got to go get everything. Be a little bit more selective about where you spend your time and where you spend your thoughts and who you spend your conversations with, because you'll realize that while you out there trying to get everything, you might only just need this one shot. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? While you out here shooting a machine gun, I might be able to do the same thing with 1 or 2 bullets this way. Mm-hmm. So both are respected because one is like, I got to go get it, hustle. The other one is, let me be a little bit more strategic. The blessing is if you can blend two. And in a situation where you get such a sign, that's where you need the blend of the two. Like, I thought I found the right person, and bang, you get hit. Now, having the wherewithal to be able to say, maybe I need to back up, reassess me, take some time from me, take the hit, and then proceed. Not, because see, I could do therapy, did you need therapy before you came back? Right. You gonna let somebody put you in therapy that you personally didn't need therapy for? I was cool. Now I come back and I gotta go to therapy because you want to sleep with somebody else and get pregnant. Like, think about what you're saying. And then we're 7 weeks in. The first trimester is how many weeks? Is it what? 3 weeks? I don't know. I should because of all the kids I got, but I don't know. I'm out here trying to give y'all advice and nobody gave me. God damn.
How many kids I got? I don't know. Because that's crazy.
First trimester is 12 weeks, so she's well past her she's well into her first trimester. Mm-hmm. Okay, bro, what are we talking about? Like, so I just feel like
she's 2 months pregnant.
Yeah, so she's clearly keeping it.
Yeah. And the fact that she knew you were coming home and said, hey, surprise, surprise.
Thanks, Bean, for the 3 months in the trimester. Appreciate that.
Yeah. That's insane. That's crazy work. I don't know.
Which one would be harder for him to accept? Being cheated on or being cheated on and having a baby out of it?
That baby. That's crazy.
Well, the baby's the constant reminder. You can't get past that. So every time you see that baby, that fermented sperm, because that's all it is. That's his fermented sperm. Because it don't look like you. It ain't yours. So that's what stings, right? The cheating part, you can probably get past a little bit easier. But the part that she said, and I'm going to keep it. Ouch. Because this could have been handled before, and I didn't have to know anything about this.
No. That's what I'm saying. The fact that she kept the child is like, I don't care.
Right. So that she's telling you everything you know. So now what you gonna do? I say, start taking care of yourself. Start working on your mental health, because you're gonna have to go through this storm, and do it without her or any other person that is a crutch. You need to be around people that's gonna hold you accountable, but love you up, and then you need to go ahead on and move on.
And do not get out in the dating world.
Yeah.
It's nobody's job to heal you. No one's. And it's no one's job to understand where you're coming from or you're hurt. No. Go heal, go be by yourself, and go chill for a little bit. And then get out in these streets. But ain't nobody trying to hear about it.
And it'll come to you. It'll come to you. The one thing I say, it'll come to you. There ain't no shortage of it out there. It is for sale. Cut on social media. It is for sale in these streets. So if I am a man, and say this is a young man in his 20s or 30s, early 30s, my chill factor would be so strong because there is no shortage of buns in these streets.
No.
You can get it on demand, how you want it, which way you want it, and 2 girls, whatever. All that is available. What isn't available is a peace of mind. You have to work for that. That's what you need to work on, so that no matter what lane you want to stride in, you can stride in that lane comfortably and not affect other people in a negative light, taking them down a road that you ain't even navigated your damn self. That shit is crazy. People need to stop doing that. Making it seem like you got your stuff together and you ain't got nothing together, but you trying to tell people what they need to do. No, man, get it together so that you can navigate the space with somebody together the right way. It'll never be right until you do that. And I can say that because I look back like, man, I was messed up. I'm glad that people had patience with me. Because until you go to therapy to realize how you're thinking is not right, you don't think. The funniest thing that I think for people around me that don't go to therapy is they don't think they need therapy. Well, if you thought you needed therapy, then you probably would be in the process of healing yourself. But you don't think you need therapy, which is why you need therapy. I hate when I hear people who you were like, I know you should try it. Oh man, I don't need no therapy. Then you complain about life. So who helps you with that? You? Yeah. So you just work through your own problems in your own head.
Or like one nigga told me, God. You see why I don't date? Do you see?
God got other stuff to do. That's my relationship with God. I'm like, I know I got it. I'll handle it. Certain things is like, I'm sorry. One of them is go get some damn help. When it got bad in my head and to the point where you can't think straight at all, it's like, yeah, I need some help. Or when you keep replaying the same loop in your head, go get some help. Or when you feel like you need to tell a woman who had a baby on you while you was in the military that she needs to have an abortion so she can be with you, go to therapy.
That is insane.
I know you had his kid, but you need to have an abortion so you can be with me.
Meanwhile,
and I can
I don't want to be with you. Clearly, I'm keeping another nigga's child. What? There was no sort of secrecy with this shit. None.
2 months in. Uh-oh.
It's time to wrap up anyway.
Well, that is today's show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your stay with us here at TDS Radio. Hopefully you continue to listen. Hopefully you buy tickets. Praise report, while we were on air, somebody else bought another ticket. I'm trying to tell y'all, don't wait.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you need to do another count. Oh, we sitting like, buy your tickets.
Buy your tickets. Well, we'll put you on the reserve list for the next one.
Right.
Nah, man, straight up though. Please buy your tickets because while we were on, tickets were purchased. So that's a good thing. You guys have a good night.
We'll be doing fuck up nights tomorrow, so no TDS. We'll be back next week.
Oh, that is right.
Yeah.
See you next week. Who just joined? Hey, whoever just joined.
Huh?
Who just joined? Somebody just joined.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I forgot. Oh, that's right. I didn't download it. So I just have to do this. So make sure that you do go ahead and get your tickets for Top Secret Stand Up. That will be held at the Vault here in Durham, April 12th at 8 p.m. That's when the doors open. We're trying to get you in here because this will be filmed. We were recording this so that we can have the replay show up on your Amazon, on your Tubi, and also on your Netflix streaming profiles. So I need you here at 8 o'clock so you can go upstairs and join our rooftop mixer and then get a chance to come downstairs and enjoy Miss Cheryl Wade, Miss Kiera Benson, Mr. Tico Bethay, and our host, Victoria McGraw, for the first ever Top Secret Stand-Up, TDS own version of Def Comedy Jam. So we want you guys to come on in and get your tickets now. Please don't wait because it ain't going to make it to Saturday. I promise you that. What does that say?
Von Gretchen, it's been a minute.
Oh, hey, how you doing? I'm sorry. We're about to go.
Yeah,
but make sure you tune in. And if you're in Raleigh, get your tickets for the show.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Everyone have a great night. All right.
Love y'all.
All right.
Bye.